Welcome to the Enlighten podcast, where I am going to take you into a deep exploration of what it means to exist in this current reality. We are going to raise your vibes, open your mind, expand your heart, and dive deep into the wondrous mysteries and possibilities of this lifetime. There's been a spiritual catalyst that has set in motion the awakening process of many across the globe to return to the knowingness of self and unite what has been separated. Together, we're going to bring light into that darkness. We're going to remember the joy of living. But most of all, we're going to turn up the volume of our own eternal power and do the thing we're here to do. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Enlighten podcast. As you can still tell, my voice is not 100%. Today is the spring equinox, as Consuelo and I are here recording. And I am 60 to 70% better, but my spirit is 100%. So I'm ready to give. And of course, as you can see, I am here with the most beautiful, lovely Consuelo Cassotti. She is a karmic soul healer. You know, she looks into your past lives. She does a lot of different energy work, as many of you know. And she is also going to be facilitating the 3-day 180 retreat with me this May 15th in Breckenridge, Colorado, which, you know, we are now closing out the tickets. They are selling. So if you would like to come, we'd love to have you there. It's going to be absolutely transformational. If you want to get unstuck, if there is something that is holding you back, you don't know what it is, this could be the perfect place for you to remove that block and completely align you with what it is that you would like to be aligned with. So, Consuelo, you're wearing green, not purple today.
You're right. But
and I love it. I love it on you. It looks so beautiful.
It's about spring. It's really about waking up. So the spring is really about the moment where everything starts, new beginning, you know, the new season is so beautiful. In fact, I was reading something about ancient time where they say that the new year starts in springtime, not at the end of it.
Yes.
Because it doesn't make any sense at the end of December when everything's sleeping, you know, is dormant, is lethargic, but it's the springtime when you start the new year. So, okay, of course, we have everything upside down, but this is telling you how much you can feel it. And because I'm Taurus, Aries and Taurus, I'm between, so kind of, I can feel it. I can feel the spring already talking like, okay, move on. So as if it's cold, but okay, we're going to feel fine.
Yeah.
So, welcome to invite me today. I love always to be with you and have this lovely chat.
I know. Well, for everyone out there, Consuelo and I were chatting a few weeks ago, and we were talking about a particular subject that we think is very important because it's coming up very often in a lot of your sessions with people, and I hear it all the time as well. And I think it's very important to understand what it means to be a healer. And the parameters that we put around being a healer are dissolving in this lifetime, very much so. And there are multiple ways that you are healing and offering healing to this planet. And so I think many people are, maybe even in your sessions, you were saying that they're realizing, or maybe they're getting their soul contracts read or whatever it might be, and they're being told that they're meant to be a healer in this lifetime, you know, and there's maybe perhaps again, it's like putting something into a box, and we do that very easily. And we think, oh, in order to be a healer, I must do this and this and this. Not understanding that it's so much more vast and bigger and has much more potential than you realize. So do you want to share your perspective on this?
Yes. You know, from a very long time ago, I remember that people feel the call to be healers. And also friends of mine, and you know, when I was doing Reiki, I became Reiki master, and I had people say, I want to do Reiki because I believe that I'm a healer. And every time, I didn't grasp this concept much, but I thought, why to leave your job to be a healer? To me, that didn't make much sense. And also, when I was doing my own job, I was human resource, I was trainer. So I felt that I could help people, but through different ways. So, and recently I realized that so many people have a soul contract reading, and they told me, oh, you are a healer. You are, you're a great healer. You're a warrior and healer. And they come to me thinking, why I'm doing wrong. My job, my life is completely wrong. I'm supposed to be a healer. What can I do now? And I look at them and smile, because to me, if you are a healer, you're always a healer. So I remember when I was 12 and I was making the cake. I loved to bake when I was young. I'm making cookies and cakes. I was singing and was maybe having positive thought. And I noticed that people, when they're eating my stuff, they feel more full and faster, because I put love. And this is another way to be a healer. At 12 years old, I didn't know how to be a healer, but using my intention on giving love to people, it was another way to heal them through food, through the way you prepare something. So today, when somebody tell me, oh, I'm supposed to be a healer, and they feel regret, they feel guilty and feel like, oh, I misled my life, and I'm thinking, no, this is not right. You need to recognize that every step you took it was necessary to take you here where you are today. So when you think about, oh my gosh, I did everything wrong, you put yourself down. No. It's not the way. So listen, pay attention how you do your job. Who are you? Try to figure out who are really you, because you can be a mom. It doesn't need to be a healer, but the way that you talk to your children, you do stuff with other people, you are a healer. And plus, we talk about, I noticed that there's I call it blueprint. And I think everybody have this kind of way that the soul was born, form, whatever, I don't know, but we are many essence of the same soul, many shatter everywhere, this, and many universe and many parallel life. Everything's happening right now. Dolores Cannon says so, and I agree, I can feel it, but she's right. So I notice when I have a client, sometimes in my session, it's funny because I see sometimes 4 or 5 different past life in front of me. I call past life, but again, other lifetime. And so sometimes I look at all of them. I need to choose what is the most important for the client at that moment, or most relevant, or where I need to clear some trauma. But it's so funny because now that I start to see a lot of them together, I can see they have a kind of silver line between. It's like, if you are a healer, you were a healer also through different, as a leader, as a mom, as a priest, as a shaman, as a guy who was doing some kind of work and building houses for other people. So, but I can see the silver line is the desire on helping other to feel better. So I believe that we need to change the concept of what it means to be a healer.
Well, exactly. So let's break that down. What is healing essentially to you?
As an empathic, I can feel other people when they are unhappy and unbalanced. In fact, I love to share, because sharing for me is helping others to have if I have a joy, if I have something good happen to me, I talk to people because I'm so happy and I want them to be happy too. Okay. I want to spread my joy. So to me, this is my way to heal people, helping them to feel happier, empower people, helping them to find some balance. But again, it's not just about as a doctor or you need to be a doctor or a shaman or a nurse to heal people. You see my point?
Yeah. Like when I think about healing, it's all about realignment. It's about restoration to perhaps original blueprint, right? So we come in here with a specific blueprint and we go through a series of challenges, obstacles, illnesses, whatever they might be, traumas, pains, experiences that pull us further away from that original, let's call it center point. Okay. And as we are getting pulled away from that, we are becoming less aligned to who we truly are, right? In the end of the day, that's really what it is. And so healing to me is about restoring your authenticity, right? And when I say authenticity, I just mean your original blueprint of who you really are. And so the more authentic in your original blueprint, who you were intended to always be. And that doesn't mean that who you've been up till now isn't who you weren't meant to be. Like you are meant to go through all these different changes and be pulled away from the center so that you could find your way back. To me, I have found that I offer more healing when I am true to myself. When I am living from my joy, when I am living from my purpose, when I am living, from my own center of what is true for me, I hold a certain frequency that no matter, I don't have to say anything. I can just be around someone and it will start to awaken that in them.
Oh, yes, for sure. I don't know, probably I mentioned over time. So traveling back and forth from Italy to United States, at least every 6 months, and before was also more with my mom because I have to take care of her situation. Sometime I got stuck in some airport waiting for my next flight, and something happened. It was taking longer than I was supposed to, and I was asking myself. I asked for harmony. I set up my Merkaba. I asked my beings to help me to go everything, to have everything smooth. And I asked myself, why this happened? And it's happened years ago. And I asked and say, Consuelo, remember you carry certain energy. So every time you travel, you go in place, it could be that you need to be in the airport or in that room. And just to be there, you helping other people because your energy help to vibrate differently. So you move other people's energy and you helping to be more themselves, to find the balance.
Yes. It's so funny. It's so funny you say that because literally I had someone sign up for the retreat this last week and she was experiencing like difficulties with the payment, to the point where she had to go to the bank, couldn't figure it out. And I said to her, I go, finally, like even the bank teller couldn't figure it out what was going on, right? And so it just turned out that she had to just use a different method, not like it's just a different whatever method. And I told her, I said, I think you may have just needed to be at the bank for whatever reason for that. Maybe that teller needed your energy, or maybe the teller needed your energy, or you needed the teller's energy. I don't know, but for whatever reason, you needed to be at that bank, and so like, this is the exact same thing. We don't know. Sometimes it may seem like a big pain in our butt as to what's going on and why we're here, but you don't know what you're holding that could be shifting and changing things. One of the reasons why I had to keep going back to Canada was because I was there. Remember, you told me part of my soul contract was that I was helping to clear some of the energy up there.
Yes. Yes. And for example, I make an example. When I was young, because I always, you need to sit in a line waiting for the bus or for the ticket or for any situation or for something that you order or something. So I was waiting in the line. And I remember 90% of the time, and I was young, people start to talk to me and talk about their problem to me. I'm not kidding. I was just listening to them because I was maybe 10 years old or 15 years old, and I was looking at them and saying, okay, and they were telling me stuff. And I realized after a while that they need somebody, and they felt my energy. They felt that they can trust me, and they felt the vibration, and just be with me, the back on the front of me, and talk to me was the way to find more clarity. So most of the time I end up to say very little because I didn't know a clue about it. I was too young. sometimes I have some intuition and I share something with the channel without knowing that I was channeling. But a lot of time, just because they need to be in your energy, and the exchange sometimes it could be by words, like just sitting close to you, or you close. I remember one time in Paris, I'm going to tell you this. I was in this metro with my other two friends, and we're three of us. So we have a fourth seat, and this African guy, very interesting man, very interesting. I cannot say the age because it was kind of salted pepper with a little beer. He sat in front of me and very calm and started to look at me, and we gazed each other. And I felt that we're communicating and we exchange information. I have no idea what it was, but they were like, we are updating something. And he came with all of this. And I can see this kind of cone of information coming down from his head and coming to me. And I was doing the same. Like, we exchange. We just smile. I'm not kidding. I smile at him, I smile at him. And we stay for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 15. I don't know how long it was. But finally, it was our time because we had to go out. And I thought, I was ecstatic. And my friend, that she saw me, said, this was amazing. She knew something happened between us. Never saw him, but I felt like sometimes we do this.
Yeah.
Sometimes conscious, sometimes we're not. But it's the beauty of the interconnection. Because remember, we are in this kind of matrix, so we are all interconnected.
And you don't realize that we all hold a certain signature frequency, right? That's uniquely our own. And some people's frequencies don't really jive together, and other ones really are like, ooh, like this is like it matches, or it feels like home. It's a connection. And so a lot of people out there, like you guys, you diminish your value because you think, well, these people are already doing it. And I, like why does the world need me to do like what they're already doing? Or it's like, no. You are you uniquely. No one else can be you.
I agree.
No one else can be you. And you bring healing. Like, when you talk about this idea of healing through food, so many chefs are healers.
Yes, I agree.
So many singers are healers because of the music, the sound of their voice. So many dancers are healers. You will heal people through the pure joy and passion of what you do.
But you can be also a guy who collects the garbage and be a healer.
Yes.
Because my secret is I do everything with love, and I do what I love what I do. So this is me. I do everything with love and I love what I do. Doesn't matter what I do. Also, when I clean the floor, I'm not a big fan, but if I need, I do, and I do with love. I do with I pay attention with respect. When I move a chair, I don't just trash stuff around because everything have a consciousness. Remember, also a chair have a conscious, some kind of consciousness that different level. But when you do respect, you recognize the purpose of everything, you have harmony in your life. So we need to reach that point where whatever we do, if we do with intention or we desire to do something with love for ourselves and for others, it's going to vibrate you back and you're going to bring this to you back, love to you. Okay? I make an example. The first year that I married my ex-husband now, my second husband, we have some situation at the beginning. It was rough. He didn't expect it to be so much married, probably. And he didn't want to take full responsibility of this funny moment. And so we ended up finding to move from Chicago to Dayton, Ohio. So that's why I cannot complain because it was meant to be. And for various reasons, I need to leave before him because I have a class to start in Columbus and human resource on his office cannot do the contract right. So he stayed longer in Chicago and waiting for the mover company. But before I left, I put all the stuff, our stuff, in the boxes, for each of us to be ready to be taken. And I thought, why I am going in Dayton? I know how to take care of myself. I don't need to show myself that I'm strong enough. I can be independent. So a week or two after, when finally moved back and we come to their house, a new house, he said to me, Consuelo, I recognize how much love you put in everything, because when I open the box, I can feel the love also of my stuff. Instead of throwing stuff in a bad way, I can feel the love and the care that you have for also my stuff, also was to mean to you. This is telling you, when you do stuff with love, there is no way. Also, if somebody is not so sensitive, it can feel it. Maybe doesn't know how to put it in words, but they can feel it. And they can feel that somebody taking care of them in a certain way. And instead to
Yes.
share this, because they say, I apologize for how I act and how I did. And it's like, oh, now I know why this happened. Because
Yeah.
what, makes sense. So it's really about put intention and think about everything you do with love, because you are a healer, and not because you need to be a nurse or have a label. Come out of this funny label.
Yeah.
It's, you are unique and you are beautiful. And it's time to recognize who you are. In my session, say 3 times, remember who you are, remember you are, remember you are, because really, I want people to start to reconnect to the original point, whatever, where they came here and they say, I'm going to do something. And so I can heal just through words, or to just a gesture. Pick up the garbage, or say thank you to the garbage can, people, but they take the garbage, whatever. I say thank you, and then I smile at them. It's my way. And maybe the guy is fine, but maybe he was a little depressed. And my way say, thank you for doing this. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's my way to heal them. So can you see that you don't need to be a healer, but the way that you respect other and respect yourself, and you share the love for what you care.
Yes.
Sense?
Yes. Yes. And like this idea of healing, we need healers everywhere. Right? Like everywhere, and not just in the traditional sense of like a clinic or a naturopaths, or a retreat, or whatever you think it is, right? Everywhere, everywhere you're healing. And it's the again I it's the more you see someone in their joy, like that pure joy, it is so healing. There's something so like comedians are healers, right?
Because virus, you become affected.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. I did a little light journey, okay, last week. And I wanted to try these new mushrooms that my person, he's like, oh, you should try these. I think you'd really like them. Let me know what you think. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try these, and I'm going to do a light journey, because you and I know are realizing that, and we don't really need much anymore to go get so open. Like you and I have become so sensitive that. So I only did 1.7 grams of this very skinny, long mushroom. And so I went in because I wanted to know what was the frequency, the energy that I needed to consistently hold, like commit to 100% in order for my business to rise to the level of success I am envisioning for myself. Okay. And because I know at this point, it's not what more can I do? I have done so much, like I can easily do. And I know it's not about that. I know that at this point, it's about me embracing my raw feminine power. And it is about allowing the energies to do their job now, right? I've set everything else in place physically. So I go into this little journey, and whoa, okay. these mushrooms were the best mushrooms I have ever had. They are my new favorite. And I am just like, I remember thinking like, why have I not found these sooner? And you think like, oh, aren't they all the same? But no, the strains are they provide different things. And this one was so magical. It was, oh, I remember at the beginning, it brought me into this very raw, feminine, mystical power. Like I could feel it coming alive inside. Oh, because this is what I said in my intention. I said, don't just show me what I need to hold energetically, bring it so much alive in me. I am like breathing it, smelling it, tasting it, like it's all like alive in me. Like just bring it to life inside of me. And I ended up dancing for 4 to 5 hours straight in my journey. I could not stop moving. My hips wanted to move, my legs wanted to move, my arms wanted to move, my head was like rolling, and I was moving, and it was almost like a mixture between yoga and dance in a way, at times, because there were times where I was actually, I'm doing, I'm my throat, one of the reasons why I'm going through this, because it's now day 11 of this I'm going through a massive throat purge. And it's because I am clearing out I'm going through a death and rebirth of my actual literal voice. And so I started performing this healing on my throat, and it was getting me to stretch and roll my head back. And like, with this energy that was moving through me, it was so intuitive and so intelligent that I just let it move through me and move my body in different ways. And I connected to this pure joy, this joy that was on some levels very childlike, like innocent, just happy, like that child, like I'm just happy kind of energy. But then also there was this, it wasn't just that, it was more of this raw, also like happy power. I don't even know how really to describe it, but it came so alive in me that I danced and danced and danced, and I moved energy, and I saw different things that, for instance, because I was moving so much, my physical body was getting tired, but my mind and my soul were like, no, we're not stopping. Like, I don't want to stop. And so I would hold this mudra. I'm going to show you this mudra. So, and maybe you will get some insights, but I am convinced this is an Egyptian calling card. Okay. Where when you hold the thumb and like this, and I have my hands relaxed like this. Okay. Now this to me looks like the eye of Horus. Okay. I think of Horus, and I get a lot of Egyptian and Syrian energy when I'm holding this. And and then with my left hand, I can do the same, but I'll hold it like this. Okay. Or I hold with this ring finger down. And all the other ones up, and I hold it up like this. So when I would point this out into the field, and as I pointed it out into the field, all of this energy started magnetizing towards my index and thumb. And I was pulling in energy, okay, and I saw it all coming in different colors, different codes and symbols and all that, and it was energizing my entire body. And I got all this like more energy to, like, my physical body was able to do all these things. And I'm like, ooh, like this is kind of cool. And I'm like, nice little discovery for moi. And so I realized, like, when I do this, I can channel and pull in way more energy for my body. And I was what was so healing though, out of all of this, was recognizing that basically what I was shown was the energy you need to hold to reach the level of success that you want to reach in your business is pure joy, dancing, smiling like you can't stop smiling. It was just this really like just, I'm just so happy kind of smile. And I was moving. And I realized why? because the feminine energy is so curvy and like, like just has its own rhythm of like moving like this, like very snake-like, whatever. And that I found that I was able to clear energy out and move energy in. And it was so amazing. Like I don't know if I've ever been that happy and that connected to my body. And that what was the most beautiful thing out of the whole entire journey was as someone who is now in perimenopause. Okay, I'm going to turn 48 in like 6 weeks. And I think I hit perimenopause around 46, and I didn't even realize it until like, I don't know, like 6, 8, 10 months ago. And I've been struggling with my body. I think this is something very normal that a lot of women, when they reach their 40s, start to go through. And I have felt, I don't know, maybe in resistance to my body, resistance to the cycle that it's going through. And also like what the hell's going on? Like I don't even understand my body. This isn't me. Like I don't understand this. And it felt like my body wasn't mine anymore, And this just this just brought this beautiful connection where I was so in love and connected to my body and in so much gratitude for how I was able to move because of it and what it was allowing me to do when I just flowed with the energy and let the energy move me. My mind wasn't doing it. I was just letting things happen. That it restored the gratitude and the connection that I think I had lost since entering into this perimenopause phase, that really was like, oh, wow. So dancing for me was so healing in understanding like it was this reconnection to the body, which is so important in this world and in this lifetime to be able to do everything that we want to do.
I agree. I
The,
agree.
the more in like in sync, connected, in love with your body that you are, the more powerful your presence is when you go
Yeah,
anywhere.
it's important to listen your body. You need to learn. We need to learn to listen your body. There are many ways, but body talk is also one method that we use it. So the body is magic. The body knows what you need. It's about listen. So it's why when I do my session, I do some classes. I want to empower people. I want to help people to be independent and be able to listen their own intuition and pay attention to the body. When you don't feel into something, don't push yourself. Can be a medicine, can be a food, it can be a situation. Listen your body. Your body knows what is right for you always. So it's about pay attention to. And so it's also another way for you to be a healer, because when you listen your body, you find the balance. You can help others to do the same, because sometimes by example, by show other people what they can do. So sometimes it's hard to say no when you are in a group of other people, because the community or the rules or whatever. So learn to say no, and say no nicely with a smile, but about smoking or doing stuff that you'd feel like, no, my body say no now. I don't want to do anymore. Or whatever it is, can be eating certain food or have something ritual or certain habit that don't work anymore, and you do because your partner does, we have friends that do. No, listen what is good for you now. And this is the way you start to respect and you start to heal yourself. And maybe you put some seeds in other people about, if you think about it, you can do something different. Break the rules, break the old habits that don't work anymore. So
Yeah.
that's a way to listen the body.
Yeah. And it also restored my own this is something that obviously I didn't even know anything about this until I started going through it, like because I never heard about it before. But when you go through these different cycles, and men go through them as well, your hormones are all changing and everything. And I just felt like not only did I feel less connected to my body, I also felt less sexy in my body, and um, I don't know, like it was just this, I don't know, like whatever was there felt like it was dying inside of me, and this journey brought it so much back to life, maybe even more so than it was there before, but in a new rebirth kind of way that it feels more fun. It feels more authentic. Like it's coming from a different place now. And I'm like, ooh, and I feel like, oh, I think I got my sexy back, like I don't know, like I felt that and I'm like, oh, I feel more like a woman again. And I think that's when you're going through that cycle, you start to feel maybe less of that because you are moving through a completely different phase. But I think, bringing all those things back to life, it's not, it's interesting because the resistance that we create to something that we don't understand
Exactly.
is what's really pushing us further away.
Exactly. I need to pick up the charger because my
Oh,
computer.
yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'm going to
Just
pause.
a sec.
Okay. All right, we're back, which was great because it gave me a chance to blow my nose. But yeah, so this idea of healing, I think it comes in so many different forms and we do it in so many different ways. And I think it's really important for everyone out there who feels called to be a healer in some capacity, but maybe you think you need to completely quit your job or you need to do something. That's not the case necessarily.
No, particularly if you like it, if you love
Yeah.
what. Okay, come on. Are you kidding me? No, you do that. You can be a lawyer, you can be a secretary. The way that you do everything can bring love, can be change in everybody. So is how you do that makes the difference of the healing. And you can be a wonderful healer. And telling you, in some lifetime, I see people, particularly women, they are female in that position. That maybe they are wife or great leaders. And what they do, they whisper to the husband because in certain time we're not allowed to talk much as a woman. You cannot show how smart you are. So you are. So but they whisper and the husband hear some information to maybe instead of go to war to have a treat. And so I find a way to talk to the other people and be more diplomatic or talk to the children differently or talk to the other people differently. So in a way, they put seeds inside this man that sometimes they don't have some ideas. And so they heal the village, they heal the community, just to give us some ideas how to manage better the community, how to be nicer to them, or how to approach differently the other people. So really, it's amazing to see how we can do with different. Again, we need to change the label. We don't need to call healers, but more harmonizing. I think all of us, we can harmonize our own reality and helping everybody to be more in harmony. So everybody can find the balance and be the true themselves.
Especially now that Pluto is in Aquarius. Pluto is very much a healer in a sense of death and rebirth transformation, kind of, right? It's like the ultimate, like intense, like destroyer and like rebuilder, And so, with it being in Aquarius, this is about reinvention, this is about modernization, right? And so, we are, in essence, modernizing this idea of what it means to be a healer. And I think it's important to not discount like your role as a healer and not feel like you've got to fit it into some kind of box. Like you will heal when you are most authentic to you and your joy and your passion and what you love to do, what lights you up, like whatever that is. And if your current job is not typical healer, but you love it, trust me, you are healing when you are there. In your work, whatever you are doing, you are healing. And so I think it's really important that people understand that we're well going past this idea of traditional healing.
You know, I have this, that I have a new roof in my house, a new siding, I have all this stuff. So what is interesting, I met this man that he does siding, roofing and everything. And we start to connect and he have some session from me. And he's one of them, they say that the soul contract receives this information, is a healer. And I smiled because I thought from a beginner, I told him that his way to put the roof on people, it was his way to take care of families. Sometimes we don't think about these people because, okay, they are just roofer. No, sometimes really without knowing, he was doing something to keep everybody safe. Sometimes we say, at least I have a roof in my head. Is a way to say that. So at least I'm safe. So, and I told him, in this life, you choose to do this. You choose to take care of people. So to put a roof on their head is a way to think they are safe, and I took care of them. And that with respect and joy, I can tell you. So it's why when you say, oh, they told me that I'm a healer, I was smiling. I said, but you already are a healer, because in a different way, you're doing something good to people. So you see, sometimes we need to shift to, they don't need to be the spiritual people, hippie people. No, come on. Out of this is just to be put in a box, put everybody in a box, in a good or bad, whatever. Stop. Feel that you are unique. And because of this, start to respect who you are and ask yourself what I can do to make my life better, to feel joy. Yes, mushroom is perfect way to start to connect. But, not everybody wants to do it. So necessary. Start to do some meditation when you breathe in or breathe out. I see myself like a little cell, like a little smiling, smiling, and that gold, and we do this. We're so happy. And this is a way to bring happiness in my body, in my organs, in every part of me. You see, it can be done in many, many ways.
Yeah.
Music. I start to dance, and I was doing music, Brazilian music. I don't know what they say, but I love the samba and my gosh. And I start to play, and I dust my house when I do this. It's so funny, but it gives me joy. So start to see that you don't need to always invest money to be happy, to feel joy, but have a desire to find the joy. I'm sorry, but
Yeah. It's funny because manifesting things has become so easy by just embracing that. Like, for instance, the next day, I had a little poker game I went to, right? At one of my monthly poker games. And, I was like listening to my music that I listened that night, like in my journey, because it was just like, I was like, oh, I'm just still in that frequency. And what they told me in my journey, what the mushrooms told me was the frequency I need to hold. It kept showing me, like, even in my visions from the beginning, everything was wavy. It was like kind of pulling apart and coming back together in waves. All my cells felt like they were going in waves. Like everything was like kind of coming together and going like this in waves. And so then I heard, yeah, just be wavy, baby. And I'm like, oh, I can be wavy, baby. Like, no problem. And so I went to my poker game and I was like, wavy, baby. I'm just like holding this. And I was like kind of dancing in my chair and whatever. I kid you not. I won the first three hands of the game. Okay, when we started. And on the second hand, I had like a 10 and maybe like a jack, okay, in my hand. And I'm watching the cards come out. And on the first flop, the first three cards that come out, it was 10 something 10. And I'm like, oh, I have three tens, And I'm like, this is so amazing. And then but something came out, like I realized whatever came out, I was close to having a straight as well. So I'm like, oh, I've got a set. I'm almost going to have a straight, but the other two people that were in were betting so much money. And I'm like, what do you guys have? I'm like, do they already have a straight? Like, what's going on? And so I kept going in. And then, the fourth card came out and it set me up even better. And then the last card came out, another 10. I had quad tens. Unheard. Like, it's very hard to get four of anything in poker. And they were betting like crazy. And I'm like, okay, fill the pot for me. And so I like doubled whatever they put in. Basically, I tripled my hand, okay, in just two hands of playing poker. And then the next hand came, I won again. And it's just like, oh my God. I then had an opportunity. I would have got four tens again. And it was this energy that I had, like this, this
Mhm.
joy and this movement that I was just attracting things to me that were so impossible by odds, but like I was beating all odds. And it was like, don't worry about it. When you hold this energy, forget about what reality tells you because you're completely reshaping it. You
Yes.
are, yeah. And this is what is so important is like your energy. Your energy is so, so important in reshaping your reality. And I kept most, even more so is my belief was shifting. I was
Mhm.
like, anything is possible. I don't care what my reality looks like on the outside. I know what I'm feeling. I'm going to commit to the energy of what I want my reality to be. And that's all I kept doing. And it was just showing up and showing up and showing up. And I'm like, wow. And that's like, I think that
Yes.
was like one of the most beautiful journeys I've been on, like in a sense of what it did to really open my mind and tap me into this joy frequency that is going to maybe change everything.
Yeah, because you are to a place where everything is possible. So you are open to be flexible and whatever's coming is coming in a certain way. And so the difference between expectation is the mind and the heart. It's just that when you have a joy, you are in your heart. You connect with your heart. And so what you attract is possibility, and they are coming in different shape and form. And because you have no expectation, you are open to receive them. See the difference. When
Yeah.
you're in the expectation, I want to win, I want to do this, you create a tension, you create expectation, and it's your mind. So maybe it's going to happen, but not always. So it really is about shifting the energy and be open to the free way the flow is coming to you. And so you're going to be surprised. Sometimes it can be different, like, oh, I didn't expect it this way. But again, let go because maybe it's going to bring something more. So let go any judgment. And again, if you choose to live this life in a certain way, accept it because whatever it's happened to you are exactly fine. You are exactly what you're supposed to be. I always say to people, you're in the right time, in the right place, in the right moment. Let go. I notice a lot of people have regrets. And so when you think about you are a fragment in the world, in this reality and many realities, and other parts of you maybe having a different experience, like other lifetime. So no regrets, because if you don't do something now, another part of you is doing this experience before or after on the same time. So live fully your life. Live what you have and say thank you. Also little things, thank you, and accepting them and put love and and find yourself you're a healer. Sometimes just holding a cup. If you feel like I have a healing in my hands, because I to my clients say, I feel like I'm a healer. I can feel my hands hot with okay, we have natural Reiki. Hold the food, hold the cup, maybe a water, and give it to somebody. You will see the difference with intention. So there are many, many ways where we can do something.
Yeah.
Another example, you go to the office, clean up. A person who clean the office, for example, you can clean in two different ways. Just clean it or clean it with intention to clean not just physically, but energetically the room, energetically the office. And so you set the intention about for corner, you can call the angel of different corner, the cleaner angel, whatever. Be creative. Who cares? And maybe open the window of the door, say every energy now that doesn't belong here, it's time to go. Go back to where you come from. And I bring light. So you see, also this can be a ritual or something that can bring a different level of energy and different level of cleanliness. And they will probably hire you or they pay you more because they can feel the difference. They go in the morning and say, oh my gosh, everything's different. It's not so stiff anymore. So if they don't know what it's about.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I had the choice to choose between a regular cleaner, to come clean my home, or someone who cleans and does energetic work, I'm gonna go with the latter. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's you can embrace it and infuse it into anything that you do.
Can be creative. Just
Hmm.
your energy and your intuition and your body and your voice, maybe singing, maybe you clear stuff. So again, it can be done in many ways.
I think at the end of the day, the most important thing to remember is be you. Just
Exactly.
be you in whatever way you are, that you like love to exist in whatever way, like be you. Like even when I think about, my boyfriend, he provides so much healing for me just by, part of who he is he's very affectionate, and he loves to like just cuddle and hold me, or, like just be like always touching. And so whenever like I'm sleeping or whatever, like there's some part of us that's always like touching or holding. And that has been so healing to me for someone who's been out of a relationship for so long and not had any physical or very little physical, affection. It's like been dramatically healing, like you don't even realize. And so I'm like, just by him being him, helping to heal me, and he doesn't even realize it.
Hmm? I agree completely. It's just about be the true yourself.
Yeah.
Again, your heart, not with just the mind. Don't plan it. Just be there in the moment and feel it
Yeah.
and see the difference. And start in the morning. And again, change the scenario, shift what is around you, the surrounding with a different attitude, and you start to feel better, because again, it's up to you. Don't pretend that other people are gonna be the change. You are the change in your life. You are the one in charge of your life. If you don't respect yourself, don't respect other, if you don't give yourself this credit of I am good and I can do something good, who's gonna tell you this? So who's gonna trust you? You're the one need to trust yourself. Start to do this. And I know it seems hard and simple at the same time, but it's really about start to recognize who you are. What are your quality? And it can be something silly, but again, everybody's different. So don't try to be like everybody else. And your uniqueness is make you so perfectly you.
And don't diminish your value of you being you. Like I
Exactly.
said, like literally a lot of people would look at me, and I know I'm a very advanced healer in what I do and what I can see. Maybe people would think, well, what can I offer her? Like literally, like people who think they have nothing, like they don't even realize like it's like life changing for me, it's just you just never know what you bring to the table, how like transforming that could be for someone else.
I agree, and it's really about be open and connect, and feel that okay, I have a purpose. I can be this, and again, the blueprint. Remember, we can always, if you have some feelings about certain pattern in this lifetime, really have an idea of it. What is your blueprint? And also because between you and I think the 10% of the empathic people in the planet, I say we're going to be maybe more, I hope so, we are all healers because we feel other people. We cannot be different. You must be healer because you're taking care of others. Every time you're taking care of others is a way to heal them. Okay, is a way to heal them. And so every empathic person have this signature in a way or another. And everybody else has too, maybe a different degree, but I think is why we are. Also, a light worker, a warrior of light is a healer because I saw some teenager that they don't accept anything that is not true. And so they don't like lie. If they see the parents lie to each other or say something that a promise, they don't maintain the promise, they are so mad. They are so angry because they want to be in the true place with true people. And so in their own crazy way, because sometimes the reaction is so over, but they want to clear the energy. They want to say, this is not right. This is not what we asked for. And we need to have this healing. These energies need to be clear. So through the yelling, through the reaction, through the rebellion, they ask attention, but it's more about pay attention to what you do, parents, what you do, friends or teacher, because you're not true to yourself. So they're warrior of life because they want to be true to themselves and they ask everybody around to be true to themselves.
Yeah.
In some way, they do some healing too. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's different to a different level, but is taking to people to be the true themselves. So the healing is this, to be the true yourself more and more.
It is. It's very, very much that. And I mean, that's the core of it all. I mean, healing is being authentically you,
Mhm. So
you know? Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So I hope people start to see themselves differently now, and because I really want everybody to recognize you are powerful. You have the power to be happy in your life. Let go of regrets. Everything's happened for a reason. We learn through this in a way or another. Let
Yeah.
go.
And also don't feel like you need to fit into some kind of box to be the thing that you think you need to be, Like there is no box for what I do.
Yeah.
There isn't like there's so many different things, and there's no box for what you do. This is where you get to again, Pluto and Aquarius. This is like Pluto represents your soul. Aquarius is reinvention. Like reinvent yourself, reinvent what it means to be you. And let it shine and let it be free and liberate yourself from this idea of like, oh, if I'm going to do this, I have to do it that way. Or this person does it this way, so I probably have to do it that way. Like, screw that. Find your own path, like do it your way.
Do Uber and be a healer. Every time you have people in your car, when you treat your car with respect, you show respect to people when they come in your car. There are people that can fall asleep, can be mad, can be happy and happy, and just to be there. Maybe you don't talk to them. Maybe just listen to them, but be there. Maybe you do some healing too. So you see my point, like be what you can do and be at your best. And so this is the secret for me, because I believe that other people, they cannot be me because they will not handle what I handle, like and I cannot handle to be a Uber person because I will maybe not like to travel around the traffic and be in the situation where I need to maybe at night to pick up people that maybe are drunk and they go in the car and they fell asleep in your car. You need to help them to go to the door. So what I'm saying is everybody have different purpose, a different way to help others. So
Yeah. I know I've been in like certain Ubers or Lyfts and like the driver was so amazing. Like I was like, oh, that was so good, like to have great conversation, good energy, and I was like, and totally shifted my day could have been gone so much differently. And I was like, oh, great day.
Exactly. So I could not be them, they could not be me, but it's perfect exactly this way because we do some healing, we're taking care of people in a different way. The way that I know, but it works for me, and the way that they know that works for them.
Yeah.
This point. So there is no jealousy between people because if we start to see that, oh, I would love to be like you. So I don't know if you really want to be like me. Because seriously, sometimes I see stuff and I do stuff that I'm not sure how many people will handle nicely. I see things that sometimes, okay, I know I'm okay, I know I'm fine, but other people will maybe be frightened or have nightmares after. And I'm okay with this because this is who I am and I'm okay. But so can you see
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah.
others? Start to do your own power, your own way to do things,
Yeah.
and you can be happy about yourself.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
my message.
Yeah. And so for everyone out there, the game of healing is absolutely shifting and morphing and transforming into whatever you are, whoever you are, And so one of the things, like, I just want to say, uh, awakening like this connection back to self. Like, I think one of the big things like that people come to the retreat for, which is a very healing space, is because they want to be more connected to their higher self. They want to find their purpose. They want to, have some kind of deeper healing or whatever it might be, but like really understand themselves at a deeper level. And, you know, I am going to likely, 90% likely, I probably have a couple other ones, but likely be using these dancing mushrooms at the retreat because of the joy and uh, the there's something so unique about this particular strain that I'm like, I can see how this could really bring to life what people are wanting to connect to and how it just, yeah, the insights, it's just opened up for me. And the way I look at my day now is so different every day. And it's just like, wow, that I likely I'm going to be having some form of dance movement at the retreat to bring to life, to awaken what it needs to awaken within you. Okay, to really embrace whatever that is for you. So this retreat's gonna be so fun. Like, I mean, so fun. So if you've been feeling called to come meet Consuelo or myself, or both of us, and to really get that deeper awakening connection to your heart, connection to your joy, connection to your body, because that's going to be a big thing, which will completely, when you have connection to your body, oh man, does your power center in this world open up like nothing else? You will find it. And so I think that this is going to be one of my more fun. They're all amazing. I hate to say like they're all been amazing, but this one, it's the first time I'm doing it with you. And I've got a whole new playlist now for the retreat. It's going to be super fun and super joyous. So if you guys, any of you are still wanting to come, there's a couple tickets left. So make sure you get yours secured. And look, for everyone else out there who you're just doing your thing, be authentically you. Okay. Whatever you're doing, just keep finding your way back home to who you are. And you are healing the world simply by holding that frequency, by holding it in your body, walking with that presence. Every room you walk into, you are bringing some form of healing. Even when you walk outside, the trees that you walk past, the ground that you walk on, you are offering something. You know, before we close out here, I just want to say that one of the most beautiful parts of my journey last week was they showed me standing in the jungle and I could hear all of the different sounds, the sounds of the animals, the sounds of the birds, the sounds of the insects, the sounds of the plants, and the way, I could hear them all individually. And then Mother Nature spoke to me and says, no longer should you tune into the individual frequency. To have the success you want in your business, you now need to hold the frequency of a system. So tune into the system of the jungle. And I saw my whole energy as like white light just kind of almost go like a dome through the entire jungle. And I could hear everything playing in this song now. It wasn't just the individual instruments, so to speak. It was the entire symphony. And it was so beautiful. And in that moment, I felt so connected to Mother Earth in a way that I've never ever felt connected to her, that my heart swelled and burst with all of this gratitude. I was smiling and everything, and all of a sudden I just burst into tears because I understood how much she gives us every day. She offers us so much just to be here. The air we breathe, the ground we walk on, the flowers that we smell, the birds that fly by, like everything about her, she is offering and gifting to us to have the experience that we are here to have. And I had this overwhelming gratitude and understanding of how much of a gift she offers us every day. And I felt so much gratitude. And because I felt so much gratitude for her, I understood what it means for my body to have that much gratitude. And it was just so shifting for me, to really understand. I've never understood, we have these concepts, these ideas like, yes, Mother Nature, she's beautiful and she gives us, but it was so different. It was such the most profoundly beautiful connection to her that I've never felt before. And I realize every day we have here is such a gift, and she's constantly giving to us, constantly giving to us.
It's an exchange. It's the biggest change. And when we tap in this, we find ourselves from balance and connect to some part of ourselves.
Yeah.
now in my male cat. I don't know if you can hear, but okay, it's part of a jungle. So, by the way. So, yes, exactly what is why I always say to people, connect to nature more and more and help your kids to connect to nature, because every time they play too many video games, too much stuff, they need to go out. We need to go to connect to what is real, and this matrix, but it's real because it connects you more to some part of yourself. So
Yes.
amazing. It's beautiful. And it's free. Come on, people. It's available to us.
But just as she gives to us, we also give back to her. So remember, everywhere you go, like everything that you do is a gift back. There is this reciprocity going on. So, just do not dim your light. Do not devalue what you offer and what you are here to do. You can heal in a variety of different ways. You are already likely doing it. You're just not realizing it. And so recognizing it is first, and then step into that authentic blueprint of just being you. The more you're you, the more you do not try to shift or alter, your energy, what you're doing to please others, just as long as you're staying true to yourself, then, what more? That's what this world needs.
Yes, exactly. I agree completely.
So, for everyone else out there, if you want to have a session with Consuelo, I'm going to leave all of her information down below to book a karmic clearing session or whatever it is you feel called to do. What else do you have going on? Do you have anything going on?
I finished my book and now I'm going to find a publisher. But yeah, so. Yes, I always offer the hypnosis session, the QHHT, that are beautiful because you can always ask questions to your higher self. And it's so nice because they can see in first hand of a lifetime. So welcome to come. I do RTT, Marisa Peer method. So I do different things. So welcome to contact me and to have and help, because I want to empower people. So when I work with people, I want to give them my best, and I go by the flow. So every time is different and exactly what I like, because everybody's unique. So I want to honor your uniqueness. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, you can meet her in person at the retreat, and you can come meet me too, and meet some really cool people, because we have some returns and we have some new people coming. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That is again May 15th through the 18th, less than 2 months away. So we'd love to have you there. It's going to be wonderful. Who knows? It might snow. It might be sunny. We don't know what's going to be happening, but there is a hot tub. So, things will be toasty and warm and fun. And love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will, of course, probably be back with you very, very soon. Thanks again for joining me for another show on the Enlighten Up podcast. I love you guys so much for all of your continued support. So remember to raise your vibe, find your tribe, and be open to the infinite possibilities held in the mysteries that surround us all. Thanks again for sharing the show with your family and friends. And if you're new to the show and you need to find out more information about me, please head on over to my website, NicoleFrolick.com, where you can join my newsletter. And please follow me on Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube. Keep your light bright, and I'll see you next week.